please guide my words. Namaste. So I'm here in a messy bed, in a messy room, because I'm not perfect. And I barely even want to show myself on camera as much as I used to, because I'm not this body. I'm not any of this. This whole world is just a big lie. And I just wish people could realize how we're living in a lie, and how we were taught to be this person that we are not. And it puts us in a big trap in thinking that we have to be perfect, as if we have to be like everyone else. The spiritual path is not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. You know, people don't understand. The spiritual path is not about having it all figured out. It's not about knowing all the answers. It's a personal journey. It's not a movement. It's not a community. There's nothing wrong with spiritual communities. But individually, the spiritual path is a personal path. And it's not about being perfect. It's not about having it all together. It's all about being real and realizing that nothing is real. This whole world is an illusion. Everything we were taught from an early age is just a big illusion. It's a big lie. And we believe that we are these bodies. We believe that we are what society is identifying ourselves to be. But what happens is that when we try so hard to be somebody that we are not, people begin to believe that this is who we are. So that when we're actually being ourselves, people think that we're not being ourselves, because they're so used to seeing us acting normal. And yes, it's true. We do act normal, but it's all an act. It's all an act. We can only act normal. We can't act like ourselves. And so normal is just our conforming personality, the belief that we have to be like everyone else, because that's normal. It's normal to be like everyone else. But who says it's bad to be a little bit different? And why is it that society has to make it so hard for people to embrace their differences? Where do we find spiritual teachers nowadays that want to help people find meaning in their differences, instead of shaming people for being different, or shaming people for their difficulties, and calling them selfish for dealing with things, or thinking that they don't love God, or they don't love any spiritual teacher or whoever, if they're going through struggles in their lives. You see, we really need to come together and put an end to all of this ignorance, because we're living in a world right now where there's just so much doom and gloom, and I feel like the world has just gone so cold. People have become so cold. It's not real. It's not real. Even the music we hear nowadays on the radio, it's not real. There's no soul in it. There's no feeling in it. And it frustrates me, because I feel like I'm so stuck in this body. I'm so stuck in this world. But we are not of this world. We did not come from this world. None of us came from this world. And we think we came from this world because we say we came from our parents. No, we did not come from our parents. Our parents did not create this universe. It is a mystery that we came from. We came from a great mystery. And yet we're so stuck in this illusion of believing that we have to be like everyone else. And it's really sad, because for me, I've never had a chance to go through my phases. I've had a very difficult past, and I've always felt older than my age. I've never felt like the other people. I've never felt free. I've always felt like I've been over 50 pounds from eating so much food. Had so much weight, and I felt like I was so much older than my age, and I was involved in all of these addictions. And always been struggling in school and trying to learn things and process information. And it's sad because people lose their self-esteem when they go into the school system where they're identifying somebody's intelligence based on school subjects and thinking that they have to be like everyone else. And people, they're not. When the word educate, the Latin word educare means to bring out, they're not bringing out people's gifts. They're not bringing out people's differences. They're expecting everyone to be the same. And it's really frustrating me because this world really is. It's not a real world we live in. It's not. People say, oh, you gotta face the real world. This is not a real world. Everything's fake nowadays. The news is fake. The internet is fake. It's all fake. And how could people not see it? It's so frustrating. It's all fake. Everything's an illusion. Everything's a distraction. And we need to wake up from this illusion. Stop expecting everyone to be the same and start accepting one another. I want to feel accepted by people. I want to feel understood. I want to know that there's somebody out there that understands, that can relate with what I'm saying. But it's going to take one person to come out and express themselves. Otherwise, who else is going to do it? We're so afraid. We're so isolated in this world where everybody's just so trying so hard to be like everybody else. We're supposed to be evolving as a humanity. How are we going to evolve if we're so much in fear, so feeling as if we have to be like everybody else and feeling as if we have to become this person? But what if we never got to be the person that we always wanted to be? How can we get to one road when we haven't went through this road? We can't get there from there. We have to go through the journey. We have to go through our phases in life. And so I just wanted to express this. I'm not trying to lecture. I'm just very, very passionate about it because I've always felt this way from an early age. I've always felt like we've always been living in a lie. And it just really hurts me because there's just so many, how do I word this? There's just so many things I've been through. They're very, very personal, and I just wish that it's not too late to start creating some memories in our, even if we felt we may have lost a lot of memories or deleted a lot of memories. And I just don't want to feel that it's too late to be ourselves. I think that's why some people have a fear of getting older, because we're all going to get older one day. And I think the fear is that we're not going to feel free to be ourselves anymore. But what if we've never felt as if we ever got to really fully be ourselves? And we have this belief that once we get to a certain age, that now we have to be a different person. And it's just really weird. It's a trap, because when we try to be like everyone else, people expect us to be like everyone else, and we think that this is how we earn people's acceptance. But what if we feel different from others? What if we feel like we're not of this world, like we're like what if we feel like people just do not understand us? Is it really helpful to make other people to think that we're like everybody else? Is it really helpful? How is that going to help other people accept us more? How is that going to help other people understand us more? If we're trying to be like everybody else, what we're doing is we're making people assume that we're like everybody else. We're giving them that expectation. So when we're actually being ourselves, then they assume that we're not being ourselves, because they're so used to this false version of who they think we are, who society thinks we are, what they consider to be us acting normal. Yes, of course we're acting normal. It's all an act. And I've always felt like an actor playing a part. I don't know if anybody else felt this way. I just want to create this real, authentic video, and just because I don't have this bright lighting on camera doesn't mean I'm not being open. I'm just I'm not this body, I'm not this body. So I don't like to make everything so blunt either, because when I feel like when it's too blunt, it's too third dimensional. Do you know what I'm saying? We're just so stuck in this dimension. We're so stuck in this illusion. And this is not, it's just not, there's no soul here. And want, I just want people to be aware of that. I want people to be aware that we are not this illusion. We are not our bodies. We are not our earthly identities. We are not, how do I word this? We're just in a, how do I word this? It's all an illusion. Everything's an illusion. And I just want people to, I just want to normalize a world where everyone could still be themselves their whole life. They don't have to feel as if they have to become a different person. I want people to feel as if they could still be like, all the other creatures on this planet who are still like themselves, and they're still like themselves. They don't change. Why do we have to change? Why do we have to be somebody that we're not? Why do we have to conform into these lies? Is it because we want to be accepted by others? Well, they're not accepting us if they're accepting a false version of who we are. We are not. We are not. We are not of this world. We did not come from this world. So we do not have to conform to this world. Please, let's accept our differences and stop expecting everyone to be the same. Have a blessed day.